In the video that you watched just before this, you learned from the Amoeba Sisters that not all cells do the same things, that cells have jobs. And this activity will continue upon that and give you an idea of what specialized cells are doing. So you're going to go into the folder and click on the specialized cell simulation. Again, you may have to go through the motions of getting Flash Player to work. Remember, some of you, when you click this, it's going to say it's blocked, and there's a little thing up here that you can click to manage and turn on. But I'm going to click here and allow it, if it's going to let me do it. There it goes. And go into the simulation. I'm going to click Start. We're going to walk through the first part of this together. Okay, let me make this just a little smaller. And I'm going to put it side by side with the worksheet that you have. All right, so I'm going to continue. And what you're going to see is that we're going to have these animations. There's 6 animations here, and you have on your sheet a place for all 6. Now, it's going to give you an option to fill in what the function of the cell is. That means, what is the cell doing? Okay. And then what are the structures? Those are the parts inside. What are the things that are doing stuff in the animation that you're going to watch? Last thing, and you might, unless you automatically know what it is, but you might leave this part for last, trying to figure out what kind of cell it is. Some might be more obvious to some of you than others. But, at the end, you want to try to figure out what kind of cell it is. Sometimes the words will give you clues. Look for clues. It's not that you're supposed to just know what it looks like. It's the clues through the simulation that will give you an idea. Look at what it's doing and what kinds of cells in your body might do that, and so on. So let me go back over here. We're going to do the first one together so you can kind of see, because at first it's going to seem really complicated, and I don't want you to make it super complicated. I want you to do what it tells you on the screen. So all you can use, in other words, is what it tells you on the screen. So what you should do first is play the entire animation. Just watch and see what the cell does. All right, so if I click this one and let it play, all right, I see these ball-looking things come to the edge. It opened up. Oh, these little things just opened and let those things in. All right, now the ball-looking things I can see have a name, vesicles. All right, and they go to this thicker line, which is also labeled as the membrane, and then they open up and let out these purple things. All right, do we know what the purple things are? Yes. They're neurotransmitters. So that's letting out a neurotransmitter that came over here, and when it gets on the edge of this thing, it causes it to open up and let these plus sign things, these ions, in. All right, so that's me just taking step by step what I saw happen. Now, you can now go back step by step, and it will give you what's happening step by step by step. All right, and so I encourage you to read through what it says happened. It's easy for me to say it just by watching the whole animation because I'm familiar with all these kinds of cells, but this is the first time you're probably seeing what these different kinds of cells do. You probably never really thought about it before. So watch the whole thing just once. They're really short. And then go through and click the step by step so you can summarize over here on your worksheet what's happening. All right, so if I were to go over here now and say, what is the function of this cell? All right, this cell is sending neurotransmitters from one place to another. All right, and it says that these excite the next cell. All right, so it's sending transmitters from one place to another. It's kind of like sending a signal. All right, so I'm over here. I'm going to, on my paper, say that, let's see, it's transporting or sending or transporting neurotransmitters from one cell to another. Looks kind of like, oops, it is sending a signal maybe? It's hard to tell. All right, so, okay, what structures were used to do this function? Well, all right, I see that it's using, over here we had these circle things, right? We said it uses vesicles. What else? There's the membrane is important in this one, right? Because the membrane opened up here, right? And so what else is important? Neurotransmitters seem to be important. Let me get that going in the right place. Let's see, anything else it tells me might be important. Maybe ions, I could say. Other than that, that's all it gives me in the reading or in the, animation. Okay, so based on that, I might or might not know what this is yet. Okay, some of you may know enough or have enough background, like maybe sometimes my nurse tech students or dental students have enough anatomy background that they can figure these out a little faster than others, but you might not, all right? And you're not necessarily supposed to, all right? But you might have an idea. You might be able to say, well, if it's sending things from one place to another, I can probably say it's not this or not that, okay? So see if you can figure it out. Go through all of them. Some of them you might be able to figure out easy. You're going to do the same thing through all of them. You're going to go through and play the different animations, the entire one, and then go through step by step and fill out your whole sheet. If you can figure it out right afterwards, then circle which one you think that type of cell is. And then go back and figure out the ones that maybe you had a harder time with. You're going to submit a picture of your completed worksheet to get credit for this assignment.